Hey, so last time I talked about the concept of doing hard things and speaking well to yourself and of yourself while doing them in order to gain confidence. Confidence is such a huge part of any type of success that we are seeking. You have to perform confidently to be able to succeed. If you lack confidence, you're not going to be able to get it done. Well, today I want to go to the next step of it, and that is, okay, the last week was about what do I need to do here to have confidence. Now I want to talk about what can somebody else do to help me have confidence. More importantly, for all of us as teachers and coaches and parents, what can we do to help our kids have confidence? Right? Well, first of all, put them in those moments that I spoke of, those doing hard things. Put them in difficult moments. Now, first of all, put them in moments where they can have success, where they're building their success resume, so to speak, and they start having success. So imagine, early on in a kid's athletic career, I'm a basketball coach, I often use basketball analogies. So I'm teaching them certain moves. Been working post moves with my boys the last couple of weeks. All right, so I'm teaching them the drop step. I'm teaching them a turn and face move, an up and under move. I'm teaching them some different moves. Early on, I want to give them the most basic one, teach them a good, solid, fundamental way to do it, and then repetition, repetition, repetition. So they start having the success at that skill. The more success they have, they're not doing it against anybody, the more confident they're going to have. The more confidence they're going to have. The more confidence they're going to have, the more success, and it keeps snowballing. Then we put a defense against them. Oh, that's a lot. That's harder. Yes. So now we work our way through it, and we go back to the fundamentals. And then I'm constantly doing the second thing. I put them in the hard moment. While I'm having them do those hard things, I'm constantly saying, that's it, good job. When they do a good job, correcting them when they aren't. How I speak to them in both those instances is important. Staying positive as much as possible, while correcting. Right? And again, so much of this even goes further back to what kind of relationship have I built with them all along. Because if they don't feel I have a good relationship with them, or vice versa, they aren't going to want to listen to me very much. So I'm building that relationship. Now when I'm correcting them, they're much more open to the correction. So here we go. They're going through the hard thing. I'm speaking confident. They're speaking, I'm trying to have them speak confidence into themselves. But the way to do that is me speak confidence into them. And the more I can speak that positive information and those positive ideas and vibes into them, the better chance they have of their confidence level rising. And the better chance of success they have, right? So the success starts to come. Then we challenge them a little more, give them a different move, give them a tougher competition, whatever it might be. And again, the failure rate will now rise, their success rate will drop. And so we got to speak confidence in them and try and help them see, no, that's good. That's a good learn what you're doing there. Okay, here's why it didn't work. Let's try it again. And all of a sudden you start to see their success rise. When their success starts to rise, their confidence level rises and it keeps building. But then again, we throw a new thing at them. Now they're back down to square one, right? Keep those positive messages flowing. Don't ever stop with the positive messages. One of the greatest ways that we can build confidence in kids is by speaking that confidence into them. Right? Now, it can't be false. It can't be fake. A, they'll see right through it. But B, that could actually have a detrimental effect, because now they'll think every time you're saying something nice to them, I don't know if I trust that coach really means what coach is saying. Okay? Does he really think that, or is he just being nice? So we have to make sure that we are constantly speaking positives into them, but from a place of authenticity and being genuine. The more we do this, the better chance we will see of our kids starting to have the success. Now, here's the other thing. While you're speaking that confidence into them, start giving them messages to speak into themselves and help them understand, hey, the more you do this, the better chance you have success. Notice how that's happening? Now, remind yourself of that. Remind yourself of that, okay? What is your self-talk like right now? Right? I coach 7th and 8th graders, mainly 7th graders right now. I got to constantly try to remind them, hey, come on, keep it positive. And I especially got to remind them to each other. So this is maybe the third. I'm not sure what number I'm on right now, but this is another important thing. While I'm going to be speaking confidence into them, their teammates need to be speaking confidence into them. And all it takes is one kid to not speak confidence, and so many kids will fall onto those kids' words, and as opposed to all the other kids going, you're fine. Now, be careful. Do a whole thing on this when I'm talking about leadership and talking about discipline and mental toughness with kids. You don't want kids, oh, come on, it's all right, when a kid isn't doing what he should have done, and so he's having, making mistakes and failing, as opposed to the kid who's doing everything the way he's supposed to do it, and just, full attention, full speed, full effort, all that. He's just not succeeding. That's where you want your teammates. Yeah, that's okay. Come on, you got this. You'll be fine. The more they do that, the more they build their teammates up. When they're reinforcing, trying to be positive when those kids aren't working hard, they haven't done what they need to do, that's where we need to step in as coaches and go, wait a minute, right? Pull the kid aside. Hey, here's why you're failing. Because you didn't show up to workouts, you're not working hard, you're not focused, whatever it might be. So you need to be authentic in that way too and hold them accountable. But throughout this experience, they need to hear positive comments. They need to hear positive comments from you. And then they need to hear positive comments from their teammates. So let's teach the teammates about this. Because the kids some kids will naturally do that, but the more we teach them how to do that, the better the chance of the confidence level rising. Right? So teach them how to communicate in a positive fashion with one another. I'm going to come back to what the teammates can do next time. Right now, for you coaches, for you teachers, focus on helping them understand how to work through hard things, how to self-talk positively to themselves, and then you yourself picking out, how do I say those positive things to keep them going? How do I help them through that? How do I put them in difficult situations that will allow some success so that I can also at the same time praise them through that success by speaking confidently and speaking confidence into them. I always loved that concept when I first heard it, speak confidence into others, because it is such a huge part of confidence. In my book, Ultimate Team Player, in fact, that's the first fiction book I wrote last year, 2020, that's a big issue in there. The main character, Remington Roberts, he rarely struggles with confidence, but he has a teammate that is a year older who's just a selfish jerk, and that kid doesn't speak confidence into him, and it will cause this really good player, Remington, to struggle with his own confidence. And so the more that we can help no matter what level of player, the more that we can help them through their difficulties, the better chance we have of them getting through them, starting to have success, understanding and building confidence. We need to be able to help them with that. So this today was about us as coaches and teachers and leaders, parents, helping them with it. Next week, we're going to come back to what can we do to help our teammates, their teammates, do that for them. We'll talk to you again that time.